Hello, and welcome to my learning management system that I chose for this assignment. I chose to use Google Classroom for this assignment, and a little bit about LMS, Learning Management System. It is a way for teachers to effectively teach students who maybe can't be in the classroom, who are sent home like we were a few years ago. It opens a broad opportunity for teachers to be able to teach their students. Um, so for mine, I decided to go with a science theme. So this is a solar system, and I invited 5 people to work on the assignments that I created. About 4 people did, and which I'm all good with. And it was kind of interesting when I was making this. I had to use a personal account. I could not use my school account. So that would be one thing I would have to make sure when I would use this in the future is if I can use a school account because I would not feel comfortable using my personal account. But for this assignment, I decided to go with it. Um, I've used this in the past. I've used Google Classroom a little bit in high school, but not in college anymore. I've not used Google Classroom, but I have used it in college, in high school. And a lot of teachers just posted, like, if they were gone, they would post, like, what our assignments were that day. They would post just instructions. I wouldn't do a lot of homework on there, or they would send me to a different link that would take me to a homework assignment. So there's not a lot of ways to do interactive activities with this project, with this learning management system. But I think it's a good one for when you're gone and when you just need to make sure your students see. Um, so here's the classwork I did. I like the questions. So if you just tell your students that you're gonna ask a question tomorrow about what they learned, I think it's a good, easy way to also keep track of attendance. And I think it just worked out really well. Um, see, and then I can view the question and see all who answered, which is awesome to see, and everyone got it right. And then you can also type in that they got 5 out of 5. It's pretty easy to grade it. I've not all 5 on there. So that was, I did like the questions that I could ask on there. Um, I was gonna look at my I was gonna look at the Google Forms that I sent out. That was pretty easy to make. That was really interesting. When I said I was going to create the quiz, I thought that would just be embedded in the Google Classroom, but it actually took me to a Google Forms like quiz that I could fill, like send out and make, which I thought was really neat to be able to do. Um, but that was the only limitation that I saw is and I probably already said this, you cannot do activities on the page unless it's like a question. It always will take you somewhere else or not allow you to do a activity on the classroom. Where I saw on a classmates, they did seesaw and they were able to um, have us fill in a diagram and right on the website. We didn't have to go anywhere else. It just took us straight to it and then we went straight back. I kind of like that, how that happened. But um, uh, another way that you can share classwork is with, so another big part of being a teacher is you're going to have to share data with your with teachers, with your principals. A lot of people are going to want to see this. And what's cool is you can create a Google Sheets or whatever based off of the data that you've seen. You can create a Google Sheets for each individual student on their progress. You can write notes in there. You can do a lot of different stuff with this, and you can just look from one screen to another of how. But it'll also, like the solar system quiz, it will grade it because I have on here what the correct answers are, so you can grade it easily. And I would highly recommend looking at them again, because it's important to look at your students' progress as you go along through this assignment. But the only thing is, I don't see this tool being very helpful for me as I went through it for the younger elementary students, because it'll be harder for them to do stuff, and I will most likely not be sending them assignments through Google Classroom. I will most likely have the substitute teacher using it, and I will most likely have to explain the instructions to them. So I don't see this, I can see this coming into use, but I also cannot see it coming into use. It just kind of depends. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much.